What's good, everybody? It's your boy Rob back with another video. I'm here to give you like my first 72 hours with the Samsung Galaxy S21 Ultra. Almost said Plus, kind of, but hey, Samsung's always changed their name up, Plus, Ultra, but you know, you'll get used to it. This phone in general, I enjoy it. It's your usual Samsung look design with a few touch-ups. First off, let me say, if you are somebody who has the S20, sorry about the camera bump, but if you're somebody who has the S20 Ultra from last year, I would say hold off on upgrading to this phone. Unless you are a complete tech snob or somebody who are really into cameras, then maybe, hey, I can't tell you how to spend your money, but if you're just an everyday consumer or you have friends who depend on you helping them out with tech questions, I would, if I were you, let them know that if you have a 20, it's not really worth running to this phone. If you have a 10 plus, anything below a 10, then this would be a great update or upgrade to what to what they have. I do like the way the camera system is set up, very nicely designed. You know, a lot of these companies are trying to get bigger sensors into their cameras to improve photography and video. And sometimes, we're kind of stuck with getting these real large humps of metal or glass on the back of these phones. But I have to say, out of all the designs, this is better than the 20 from last year. I do like the way it blends in, real nice feel. It doesn't make the phone feel off balance or anything of that nature. It's just a real elegant look, blends in nice, and it adds to the actual overall aesthetic of the phone, really making it nice. Another thing, I don't have a lot of ghost touching, even though Samsung have an option inside where you can cut down on the sensitivity on the size of the screen. You still were getting ghost touching. This one, due to the fact that Samsung has taken a lot of that curvature out of the side of the display, making it more like a good blend between a flat display but yet still having that curved look. Samsung may have found that perfect sweet spot when it comes to having like a curved screen in comparison to a straight flat screen. Even though this phone looks big, it doesn't actually feel big. For example, my iPhone 12 Pro Max, that's a big phone. I think the way the design cues of the iPhone 12 Pro makes it feel very big. And as far as form factor, this phone doesn't have that same like it's too large of a phone to have. It is smaller than the actual Note 20, and I will be doing a comparison video with that one later. But for the most part, this is still a large phone, but it's not as big as that phone, and it's pretty close actually to the Note 10 Plus. If you see my unboxing video, I did a size comparison of a lot of phones, and this phone is pretty much in line with a lot of Samsung phones from the past as far as just size and how it feels. This just, in my opinion, has a way more premium feel to it. Now, real quick, let me hit a few highlights about this phone that I noticed. Off the top, the ultrasonic sensor on the front of this phone, when it comes to getting into it, a lot more reliable. It's not as fast as optical readers, but you got to understand that this ultrasonic fingerprint sensor is doing a little bit more than just actually reading the lines on your thumb. There's a particular measurement that's involved with ultrasonic fingerprint sensors, so I do expect them to be a tad slower than optical readers like the ones you find on OnePlus phones and a lot of low-end Samsung phones with those. But the ultrasonic reader is on point. Sometimes optical sensor has a lot of difficulty reading your fingerprint if your hand was a little moist or you washed your hands or something like that, those are, you know, it's kind of hard for that sensor to read your fingerprint. But I haven't had that problem with this particular ultrasonic sensor, so it's been on point. Due to the fact this display has a variable 120 hertz rating. And what I mean by that is, for example, if I'm just reading something, the display kind of powers down to a 10 hertz frequency, and it knows that the 120 hertz isn't needed when you're just reading. But if you're on, let's say you're gaming or something, your phone will recognize that you're gaming, and the 120 hertz refresh rate will just kick in, and you get that nice smoothness when it comes to the display. So that's really good when it comes to saving some of your battery. Since I mentioned battery, this phone has a 5,000 milliamp battery. So I haven't been able to, you know, put a dent in this actual battery itself. I'm able to get through the last day or so without any kind of problems, 30 to 40%. But that's just kind of like tooling around the house and just doing things like reading and playing a couple of games and looking at social media. So I really wouldn't expect to actually drain the battery just doing simple tasks like that. But again, I can see this battery going all day and you're not really having any problems with it. I haven't really gotten out and took any pictures or video samples. In Michigan, it's pretty cold right now, so I've been avoiding going outside due to all the snow and the freezing weather. But I will try to get you guys some video samples real soon. But overall, this phone hits just like any other Samsung phone, on point. Samsung don't really make bad phones that much when it comes to their S lineups. Their phones are usually fluid, on point. They tend to not lag like they used to do back in the day. And they tend to just be just solid phones that everybody likes. But this is the T-Mobile variant. Again, this is like just a real quick overview of like my first 3 days with this phone. I just wanted to let you guys know how I felt about it so far. I will be giving you a long-term overlook of this phone later. But until then, again, thanks to you guys out there. Appreciate you supporting my channel. If you have any questions, leave them down below. And other than that, I'll catch everybody in my next video. I'm out.